As Thursday night, we're headed to beautiful Bark River Raceway for round 6 of the Montana iRacing Off-Road Series. As always, I'm joined in the booth with Cody Harrelson. Cody, how are you doing this evening?
Oh, we're here. We're ready for some racing, Frank.
I have to 100% agree with that. So, looks like we got a few minutes left to get these guys around the track. Let them start figuring it out. And you and I were talking before we went live. Zach Clifton is sitting second place right now with a pretty quick time, just behind Chase. So he's definitely going to be one to watch. Joseph Brooks third with a 1:16.05. Yeah, these guys are figuring out the track very, very quickly. So hopefully this will make for some fun driving tonight.
Yeah, like you said, Clifton only about a tenth off of the lead time, but as always at the top of the board we got Chase Greer. So don't be shy seeing him out here tonight. He's put down a 1:15.5, so everybody's chasing him.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at how it's shaping up coming into tonight as we pull up the standings. Or apparently not. But I have them written down here. Chase Greer's out front with 426 points. Jason is behind him, 407. Joseph Brooks, 401. Patrick Mir, 398. Braden, 372. And then Cody Coolgan, 371. So some kind of old school record keeping there. But we're starting to get to the point where we're about ready to wrap up this season here. It looks like by timing and scoring, we got just over a minute left. So I'm sure drivers are getting their drivers meeting knocked out. And to brief everybody here what's going on, we're going to do some heat racing. 4 laps around the track, get everyone kind of broken in. And then we'll turn them loose on a 11-lap main event tonight with a caution halfway through. So should keep the night moving. I always say that, and these guys really do a good job of taking instruction and making it happen.
Yeah, these guys they move along throughout the night pretty well, so I expect to see some good racing, some good battles, and hopefully we have a smile all night.
All right, looks like flags coming out, so these guys are going to be waved on in. And we'll see how the pill draw goes for tonight. Unless they're doing a 20-minute practice. I think I just saw that note pop up. So if that's the case, I guess we're a little bit early, but not a problem. It's always fun to watch these guys go around the track. So while we're waiting, I'll just kind of point out and welcome everyone to tune in Tuesday nights. We're still running the cross cars, and oh geez, I think we're going back to Crandon this week. So tune in here at AMX iRacing. And immediately following, we hop into the Pro 2 Lights and turn a few more laps. So definitely invite you guys to tune in, participate. We love having you guys tune in.
Yeah, we're back to Crandon Short next week, so Should be a fun time. I get to run those cross cars again. Those are always fun, and then I'll be back up in the booth with you for those Pro 2 lights.
Yeah, you're knocking on the door. I fully expect to be talking to you on a podium here one of these nights. You just seem to kind of just find the worst luck at the worst time, and I feel for you because so often that seems to happen to me when I hop in the trucks.
Well, unfortunately, this last Tuesday was all my own doing. I jumped that feature start, so had to go to the back and work my way forward, but we managed to miss all the wrecks and come home fourth, so one spot shy. If I was just a couple seconds up the road, I probably would have had a third.
Yeah, but like I said, week in and week out, you show the speed, so it's gonna happen.
Well, we're looking forward to it, Frank.
We've got a few drivers in here that have been doing really well in the AMX series. Joseph Brooks, and we've had Zach Clifton come on out. Um, yeah, I love the crossover between the Montana guys and the AMX series.
Yeah, looking like we got about 2 minutes left in practice. Carol over here in the chat's always cheering on Joseph, and Bryson Smith saying he can't wait to see these guys in real life, that he also races the truck, so I bet it's a lot of fun, and we're trying to work on a plan to get out to, at least myself and some other guys are working on a plan to get out to Wheatland, so hopefully plans will fall in place and we'll get to go out and enjoy some live racing.
Yeah, once life kind of settles down for me out here after this move, I'm eager to get out to Wheeling because that's now it's now a possibility for me. So hope to run into you out there. That'd be a blast.
Frank, we're going to bring you up to Crandon.
Yeah, that's on my bucket list too.
Fall Crandon should be on everybody's bucket list. That's a must see, and I can't wait to get back there again. As we got about a minute left in practice, Chase opening up that time gap to 0.2 of a second now. He's got a 1:15.404.
Yeah, you know what I'm looking forward to doing? Hopefully here, once we get a break in the AMX schedule again, I'd love to bring these the Pro 2 trucks to the oval tracks. I have such a blast doing that.
Yeah, I think everybody will have to stay tuned. I know AMX has some ideas in the works for this coming off season and next regular season, so might have some fun things to do, Frank.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna wave everybody in here, and let's see how we're going to stack up to start some heat racing.
Frank, are you saying it's time to go racing?
I think it is. And let's see what we got out here for Heat 1. And of course, Chase Greer will lead him to green with Jason Martin outside of him, Zach Clifton, Joseph Brooks, and then Braden rounding out the field for Heat 1. 4 laps, everyone advances, and if they need the fast repair, it is there.
Well, 1, 2, 3 on the leaderboard in practice. Frank is out on the track right now. And it looks like Chase Greer is electing to start from the rear.
Yeah, I wonder if that's just a kind of a gentleman call to let the other guys have an opportunity, and probably just for him to have an opportunity to try to race through the field, kind of make it competitive.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. He's just wanting to see what he can do in some traffic and let these guys feel what it's like to have somebody barreling down their neck. As we go, well, not doing the alternate start.
No, I think they're gonna
My
let
bad.
them come all
I'm
the
trying
way
to jump it.
to. They're gonna go on iRacing's command, so just to make it easy for everybody.
Here I am trying to jump the start. Just eager to see some racing, Frank.
Yeah, they're probably gonna tighten it up right here, and
Green, green, green.
As
that
we
camera.
go green flag racing. Chase already looking 3 wide to go over the flyover jump. Thinks better of it, tucks back in line as Jason Martin out with the early lead. Zach Clifton knocking on his back bumper. Joseph Brooks knocking on Zach's. And inside Brooks, you got Chase Greer.
Yeah, moving up, starting to climb up the leaderboard here.
Yeah, as Joseph just shut the door on him coming out of that S turn. As these guys go through the rhythm section. Everybody keeping their trucks underneath them, it looks like, as Joseph gets up under Zach, pushes him up out of the way. Move Joseph up to second, and here comes Chase looking on the inside again. Zach gonna fall back to fourth now, as Chase keeps pushing that pressure, putting that pressure right on Joseph's back bumper. Little hiccup through the rhythm section there before the start finish. That's gonna make him fall back into Zach's clutch. As don't look now, but Joseph Brooks knocking on the front on Jason Martin's back bumper. Joseph wants some of that clean air. He's going to be putting the pressure on. Chase, really good run coming out of the cemetery corner into the S's. Peaks underneath Brooks. Brooks got a little wide out there. That's going to move Chase up into that second spot.
And
Brooks find his way back around.
Oh,
As
Brooks
Joseph, unfortunately,
sideways.
a bad bounce. Just lands wrong coming out of that rhythm section. It'll turn you around right quick.
Yeah, but if that's gonna happen, thank God it happened in a heat race.
As Chase muscling his way up to the front spot. Chase Greer from the outhouse to the penthouse. 2 laps into the race, now 3. Just showing a bit of that muscle. Frank, I don't know what these guys have got for him, but he's doing everything he can. As Zach moves around Jason now.
Yeah, Zach must have gotten a good drive coming over the start-finish line.
Clifton wasting no time staying on the back bumper of Chase. He's trying to learn a few things and see if he can't gain that extra couple tenths of a second that Chase held over him in practice. You know, Frank, I was hanging out in their practice session earlier today, and Chase was talking about he could get those fast laps, those 15.4s, 15.5s, but he couldn't do it consistently. And it makes you wonder, is that something that Clifton can do consistent? Can he make a 15.6 consistently?
Yeah, you and I have talked about it a lot about it. It's the consistency in these cars and being able to keep those RPMs up and hitting those marks. And yeah, like you said, if Zach and Jason can do it, um, Jason might have his hands full tonight because unlike at Wild West, he's not necessarily pulling away, or if he is, he's at least taking Zach with him. So,
Yep. Last time by, they took the white flag. Last time through the rhythm section over on this end of the track, Frank, can Zach muster up anything to knock on the back door of Chase? Zach has closed that 0.6 of a second down to 0.3 now. He is gaining. But is it too little too late? As we come back towards the line, this time around it's going to be Chase Greer taking the heat race win. Zach Clifton falling back to a 7th, 10th gap, taking 2nd place. Jason Martin 3rd, Joseph Brooks 4th, and Braden Kowalik rounding out your field.
yeah, overall good racing. Happy to see it so far. And kind of no surprise Chase was able to get up there, but let's see what we got shaping up for Heat 2. As just 4 drivers make up this one. Casey Durand, Keith outside of him, Patrick Lemire, and then Cody Coolin round out the field. So again, 4 laps. Hopefully quick and easy. As pace truck is already moving.
All 4 drivers making the calls, so we'll get them rolling off here.
Yeah, it seemed like a lot of the heavy hitters were in Heat 1, so this one I'm not really kind of sure what to expect.
Yeah, for sure. Cooglin. Cody Cooglin,
okay.
Frank.
I know I say this every week, Carol. I'm gonna figure it out. I promise. Probably by championship night, I'll have it down.
Frank, get it right or we're going to have to fire you.
No job security here at AMX.
Not even for the producer. And it's Braden Colwick. Colwick. Can't even do that right. She spells it out for me, Frank, and I can't even get it right. As the field comes around, getting ready for that green flag.
Green flag.
As the green flag's in the air, Casey gonna take that early lead. Everybody making it over the flyover jump in one piece.
Ooh.
As Keith gets an early sideways, that's gonna send him back to the back.
Yeah, at least he didn't go around fully. His everyone there was able to kind of help him get corrected, which definitely saved him.
Yeah, Cody unfortunately taking a lot of right front damage, just pushing Keith back straight. Hopefully that truck doesn't have too much damage on it. As Patrick gets a bad bounce. Looks like he's able to keep it straightened up.
And I got to point out to Josh, who just commented, next week we're, at least for the Montana guys, we're bringing the trucks to Digital Wheatland, so hopefully that track will look familiar to you as you tune in.
Frank, what happened to our scoring pylon?
Yeah, your producer got so distracted by how to pronounce names he forgot to hit the button.
No worries. For those of you following along at home, we got it up on the screen now. We'll get it right one of these days.
You
as
caught me
Casey
sleeping at the
with
controls.
Casey with a looks like about a half a second gap, but Cody cutting that down. He's hunting for the front. He must not have too much damage on the right front of that truck, Frank, because he's coming quick. Here,
Commanding
there,
pass.
and gone. Cody in that top spot. Casey fighting back.
Oh,
Keeps second as he gets crossed up over the jump. Across the nose of Patrick. Unfortunately, Patrick just nowhere to go. Ends up turning him. That's the name of the game, unfortunately, for Casey, but everybody's going to make it to the feature race, so he'll be back here later.
we'll fly on board with Keith for a little bit.
Yeah, everybody's pretty well spread out through this heat race, so. As Keith taking a little bit of an unconventional line through the front stretch rhythm section. Most of those guys put those two tires up in the grass, so it's not as rough going across. You can usually carry a little bit more speed that way. Looking back up here in our second spot.
Catching the berm a little bit there, but not going to upset him too
Because
much.
he gets dangerously close to Anthony's friend, the old pole.
And Cody's stretching it out to about 3.5 second gap now.
Yeah, these guys just out here running qualifying laps now. Just no pressure in front, no pressure behind.
Just looking to bring it home with one more time around.
As Cody takes the white flag, he's got one more trip around this track.
He's about ready to put a 5 second gap over Patrick. We'll let Patrick take us through the rhythm section here. Very careful to navigate it.
Yeah, you got to be steady on that gas pedal. No harsh braking, no harsh pedal to the floor there. Otherwise, you're going to end up backwards like we've seen a couple times already tonight. As Cody making his way through the front stretch rhythm section for the last time in this heat race. He's going to take your Heat 2 win. Patrick going to bring it home second. Keith going to come home in that third spot, and that'll put Casey fourth.
Well, very good. That should wrap up the heat racing for us. So next on the docket, we'll just let these guys get a few laps in to work in the track a little bit more. And while we do that, we'll take you back to last week, last couple laps at Wild West. He's looking pretty smooth. He's starting to kind of his lines are looking like what they should be, and
yeah, a lot of these drivers, I know that a lot of these guys, they got the idea, they just got to refine the lines up a little bit, and they'll be up front every single weekend, I feel like.
Shoot back up here with Zach and Jason.
Looks like Zach has finally pulled out to about a 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6 truck length now, as he has got a little bit of quarter panel damage as the right rear fender just kind of flapping in the wind there, but yeah, you'll have that big job when you're battling.
Yeah, I was gonna say evidence that they've been fighting each other off there.
Absolutely. As we're coming to 2 laps to go, as Chase still has a 2.5-second lead over Joseph Brooks and Patrick Lemire, as Lemire is doing everything he can to catch Brooks, but Brooks is just finally putting everything together to run good, clean, consistent lines to hopefully bring home a runner-up finish.
Speaking of finishing, Chase here is going to take the white flag this time by, so we're just about ready to wrap it up.
But absolutely, as Chase goes into turn 1, clean, smooth, nothing too crazy. Looked like he almost counted the K-roll, but we'll ignore that. We'll look past that.
Yeah, it looks like unfortunately Cody's out of the race, but joining us in the chat, so got some smiles there. I don't know if that's facetious or if he's just doing his thing.
Looked like Brooks did get a little bit sideways coming out of turn 2 there, but he was able to corral himself back up and get that gap over Lemire a little bit longer as we come around turn 4 for the final time. As Chase Kerr will come down the front straightaway to take win at the Rowell West Raceway, round number 5. His 4th win out of 5 races. Joseph Brooks 2nd, Patrick Lemire 3rd. Zach Clifton 4th, Jason Martin 5th, and
yeah, good race. Like we've been seeing, Chase has been pretty dominant in this series, so I guess the question tonight will be, does Zach or Joseph have the ability to capitalize on tonight and maybe run them down, because their lap times are looking pretty good.
Yeah, Joseph, about, well, 1 second off of Chase's time in practice, or in this warm-up, unfortunately. Doesn't look like Zach has put a warm-up lap in. But Chase, best on the leaderboard, 1:15.694 so far.
Yeah, I'll put it out to the chat here. Who would you like to hear us interview on the podium tonight? Any names come to mind that we haven't talked to yet? Because Park River, there's a lot of opportunities to upset the truck, as we've seen during the heat races. So if everyone can kind of keep it tight, we could be talking to some new faces maybe. It's like about 30 more seconds worth of warm-up.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Frank.
Almost like we know what we're doing.
Chase Greer with a new best on the board right before the end of warm-up, a 1:15.570. Not too far off of his practice speed, Frank, so
He's
that
getting
track
it
is
dialed
still
in.
racy.
Yeah, while we get the last few seconds, like I said, we're Park River today. Next week, we're going to Lucas Oil, and just like that, we're wrapping it up at Crandon. So we're just a few races away from crowning a champion and calling it a season.
Over already, Frank? Can't be.
Well, let's go ahead and get these guys introduced for the main event. 11 laps will do it. It's going to be Chase Greer out front, Cody Kuglin, Zach Clifton, Patrick Lemire, Jason Martin, Keith Joseph Brooks, Casey Durand, and then Braden. I don't have the. Thank you. I know she told me earlier.
Braden Colwick. Don't worry, Frank. I got your back.
It looks like Strider in the chat thinks Jason's gonna have a chance, and I gotta agree. I think
correct me if
somewhere
I'm
maybe on
wrong,
the
Frank, but I think Jason is our only other winner in this season. So
I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to go back and look at.
I believe he came out top dog at Lucas Oil last time.
Oh, you know, you could be right. I think that was one of the races where maybe Chase took a bad bounce or something. I'm kind of guessing. I'm not gonna lie.
As Chase electing not to give up his starting position this time tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure he feels like he earned it during the heat, so
Excited to see what these guys can do here in this second and third row. Can we get some pressure put on him? And
okay.
as we're wrecking through the start,
Green
face
flag.
that.
Are they delaying the start? They might be because of that contact.
As we
Oh,
are
they
green,
are
Frank,
going,
no
okay.
delay.
That was an interesting start.
Chase out there with the early lead. Zach Clifton in second. Zach putting on that pressure already, trying to get out in front, trying to control that lead. Doesn't want Chase getting out too far in front of him. Through the rhythm section, looks like everybody's keeping it straight.
A little battle developing back here for fourth.
Yeah, Patrick's for fifth, excuse us. Patrick's got it. Joseph wants it. As Jason's sitting up there in third, kind of in no. Oh, as I say that, Cody pops back into the frame.
Yeah, a little bit of network connection issue there, but like no harm, no foul.
But back up front, Zach is not letting your leader go at all, Frank.
Now he's been doing a good job to kind of study and Chase. I'm watching his line choice. He's learning from him.
Yeah, just trying to find those extra couple tenths of a hundredth of a second.
Check back here with Jason and Cody.
Something we didn't really see a couple weeks ago, Frank. We got battles kind of all throughout the field here. These guys just each week getting a little bit more and more comfortable with the truck.
Yeah, we knew it was only a matter of time.
As that last time by, Frank, Chase put down a 1:15.217. Zach with a 1:15.329. So Chase just a little bit faster as Zach catches that inside berm, that's going to push him back a little bit. Perhaps Zach just pushing a little bit too hard, maybe trying to push that truck just a little too far, Frank.
Could be. Fortunately, if he's not able to reel Chase back in, we'll go under caution halfway through, and Zach will have another attempt at it. Go a little bit further back. 5th place, Patrick with Joseph Brooks. Looking to set him up on a pass maybe in these next couple turns. Looks like Patrick pushes maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I think Joseph fell back a little bit, so he's finally caught Patrick again and just trying to put that pressure right back on him.
So this is pretty much the closest battle on the track right now, so we'll just kind of keep eyes on them. See how it kind of pans out as Joseph's looking to the inside. That's how you
Bang,
do that.
got him. Move Joseph up into the top 5.
That berm has been kicking those trucks. They're kind of having a hard time navigating that one. I've seen that on a few drivers.
Yeah, fortunately Joseph able to get it straightened back out. Not losing a spot here. Setting his sights on Cody, trying to reel Cody in and try and get one more before that caution comes.
Yeah, we got Braden
in another,
kind of.
I believe, in another lap.
Yes, I believe it's the completion of 5. So yeah, it should be one more time around.
Looking back up front to Chase, he's put a 1.3 second gap over Zach Clifton.
Yeah, as we've seen though, that second and a half can evaporate quick with a bad bounce.
Yeah, for sure, Frank. As Zach caught the inside berm before that little S corner, that puts him back 2.5 seconds now, but all of that's going to get erased here next time by the line.
Fly on board and hang out with Chase as he brings us to the caution this time by.
So as we've said, we're on under the caution. So these guys will race back to the start-finish line and collect up over in Cemetery Corner. I don't think anybody's a lap down, so everybody should just catch up and we'll get right back into it.
And I don't think anyone's taken really any serious damage, so should be, like you said, just an opportunity to collect everyone and turn them back loose. And just for those who are tuning in and are unsure of where the restart zone is, it's right after pit road, after the rhythm section. So kind of going up to that, I guess that banner jump, that's where they should refire.
As we have in weeks past, we'll do a single file restart. And your leader now has a 0-second gap over second place, Frank.
Yeah, this is an opportunity for Zach to capitalize on it, and hopefully he's able to run down. He's studied enough, kind of knows Chase's lines, and kind of knows where to apply the pressure.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think he's going to have to try and maybe move Chase up a line as we're fired in the alternate restart zone. We're back green flag racing. Chase early, opening up an early one truck gap.
Got some traffic back here. Battling for fourth.
Joseph making an early move, taking that fourth spot.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do that if he's wants to close that gap and get up and fight with these guys up here.
He's running hard, trying to get to that podium. But right now, your top three, you're running all within a second and a half of each other.
Looks like
Clifton
something happening
pushing
with Cody back there. He's dropped all the way to ninth.
Clifton pushing that truck to its absolute limits, trying not to step over that edge.
Back on board with Clifton.
Just trying everything in his power to find that extra couple tenths of a second.
So we go a little bit further back. Joseph's starting to reel in Jason. So we might, in the next couple laps, have a fight for third.
Little by little, but he's definitely starting to run out of time, so he's gotta hit his marks, gotta be smooth and be quick if he wants to get up there onto that podium.
Yeah, he got through that those loops really well.
Yeah, he hit him just right. He's closing that gap, Frank, down to what looks like maybe 3 or 4 trucks.
Check back here real quick with Patrick. Braden doing what he can to kind of reel him in a little bit. So almost kind of in pairs of twos. We'll jump back up front. Check in with our leaders.
As Chase has opened up a 1-second gap over Zach. Unfortunately, Zach just not able to find that little bit of extra speed.
We go a little bit further back. Joseph has caught Jason.
As we got a battle brewing for third spot. He's caught him, Frank, but can he pass him?
Yeah, that's the other half of the equation. Especially this part of the track where things can get a little dicey. It's definitely the more technical section, which Joseph has been doing really well with. And good sportsmanship there, getting off the brakes, or getting off the gas to let Jason get straight.
As unfortunately, that's going to set him back again. Back to that 3 or so truck deficit.
Yeah, but coming over the start finish, that seems like the part of the track that Brooks really excels at. So I have a feeling he'll probably be send it into the wall.
Smashes the wall.
Looks like
looking further back, Patrick is pulled away a little bit from Braden. He's starting to open that gap some more.
Kind of the eyes
Back up
are
front.
on these two right now.
Zach starting to close back in on Chase here, Frank.
Yeah, but if you look at the
Does
cap
he
count,
have-
we're running out of time to make a move, and I think Zach knows that.
Just trying to put every bit of pressure he can. If he can reach that back bumper, he can start forcing Chase into a mistake. As he sends it into the sweeper. He's on the back door. Chase able to pull just a little bit away from him through that technical portion of the track. White flags out, 1 lap to go. All eyes on this battle.
Yeah, they're wide
Chase
open throttle.
Chase opening up that lead back to about half a second.
Check back with these two here. Battle for third. Brooks doing all he can to reel Jason back in.
Unfortunately, it looks like it might be just a little bit too late for Brooks.
Yeah, as long as Jason can keep it straight.
As Chase coming through the right-hand sweeper for the last time tonight. Got to make it through this technical portion one more time. Chase is going to do it. He's going to bring it home yet again on the top spot. Zach Clifton bringing it home second. Jason Martin going to hold off Joseph Brooks for third. Brooks coming home fourth.
Looks like he's off the
Patrick
gas there. Not sure what
having
happened
an
there.
issue. That's going to move Braden up into the 5th spot. Not sure what's going on there with Patrick. Casey going to come home 6th.
Just waiting for Keith to come across the line and should make this official.
And that will, Frank. Keith's going to bring it home 7th. Patrick's going to come home 8th. Unfortunately, looks like maybe had some sort of issue at the end. And Cody 2 laps down in 9th.
Yeah, well, chat is up on the screen right now. Share your thoughts. Did it play out how you thought it was going to go tonight? Me personally, I'm not really surprised to see Chase. He's been dominant all season, but I'm happy to see Zach do really well that second half, and Jason put in a solid run, and then Joseph put on a late charge. Looks like, unfortunately, just that hiccup there set him back, and it was just a hard deficit to overcome, especially in these trucks. So do we have anyone dialed up on the radio ready to talk to us?
Jason, this is Frank and Cody up in the booth. You got us?
I gotcha. How are you guys doing?
Well, we got to watch an awesome race. You got to bring it home P3 after a nice hard battle with Joseph there.
I did.
How was that race? What were you able to see, and how was that battle?
Obviously, congrats to Chase and Zach, man. They just took off on me, and I knew Joseph was fast. Sorry, I got to get out of here. Hang on one sec.
Oh, when technology fails us.
No, I had a revving engine in my ear, so
Oh.
yeah. No, I knew those guys were gone. Holy cow, they are able to fly through this thing. I knew Joseph had some fast lap times, so I was waiting for him to get in that fourth position, and it was just a matter of hanging on. And I messed up a few corners. I saw the gap closing. He did have a faster truck than I did, and I was just trying to hang on to that thing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you weren't looking too bad. I don't think you had as bad of a truck as you thought you did. So, but congrats on that P3 tonight. You got some friends, family, and sponsor. I assume you want to thank.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to thank Noah over at Stormfront Performance. Got to thank my father-in-law, Davis McGillis, Alignment and Brake, Matco Tools, Wendy's, and yeah, you guys put on the broadcast. Everybody put on the series. It's a blast to get on these guys, and just looking for some speed, man.
Well, you should have it coming into next week, Jason. I believe you're the defending winner from Lucas Oil a few weeks back, so I'm sure
Yeah.
you're looking forward to getting back there.
Yeah, as one of the tracks that I was not looking forward to, I kind of have like a little want to see what I can do the second time, see how much of a change this is going to be. So,
Well, if you keep her consistent, we'll keep seeing you up front.
hey guys, I appreciate it.
Have a good night.
You too.
Now, before you drag them, our next driver on in, let's take a look and see kind of how it officially shaped up tonight. As Chase Greer is our winner, Zach Clifton behind him, Jason Martin in third, Joseph Brooks, Braden, Casey Duran in sixth, Keith, Patrick, and then Cody Coolin rounding out the field. Now, do we have Zach dialed up?
Zach,
Yeah,
this
how's it
is
going, guys?
Frank and Cody.
How are you guys doing tonight?
Take it away, Frank.
Yeah, well, we're doing well. We were really eager to see if you had anything there for Chase at the end, and looked like you definitely through the first half were just kind of studying him, and then really applying some late pressure there at the end. Was that kind of your strategy? Just kind of wait for an opportunity, or try to kind of force the issue? What were you thinking, kind of setting up your race strategy for tonight?
Yeah, so early on, I was just trying to get a flow with Chase, see where his breaking points and everything were at. During the first half of the race, we would end up touching the berm over just after the left-hander, which I thought would mess up our steering. Coming into the second half, I realized that our steering was just fine and continue running the lines that we were running before. And that's right when we were able to catch Chase again and see what we were able to make happen.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to be talking to you on the podium. You guys definitely had one of the closest battles on the track tonight, and just excited to see what you got for him going into Wheatland. How do you feel about that track? Are you feeling confident next week?
Not coming into Wheatland, we're 50-50. We've had some success there, had some disappointment there. Us kind of see how the race goes next week and go from there.
Well, very good. Well, I'm sure you got some people you want to thank who make this happen for you, so I'll let you do that. And yeah, Cody and I, we always enjoy sitting up here and watching you give it everything you got out there.
Yeah, first I'd like to give a shout out to the event sponsors of tonight, Refuse to Lift, and Theory Motorsports, BGM Racing, and then 461 Clifton Racing. Would also like to thank the In Real Life sponsors, Wednesday Customs, Robin Service, my grandparents that make everything happen. And yeah, we shall see what happens next week.
Well, sounds good. Well, I'll let you get back to celebrating, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Sweet. And while we wait for Chase to make his way to the booth, like I said, next week we're headed to Wheatland, so be sure to tune in same time, same place here on AMX TV. Then the following week we'll wrap it up at Crandon. So just 2 more races to make it happen. So Cody, if you got him, go ahead and take it away.
Jace, Frank, and Cody up in the booth. You got us?
I got you.
Well, another weekend and another week you're on top.
Yeah, managed to make it happen. Bark River historically hasn't treated me very well, so Thankfully, was able to just kind of run nice and consistent laps. Doing some practice earlier today with the rest of the guys was helpful for that. This is definitely a track I need to work on my consistency on. So it's good to see they're getting definitely faster. Zach was doing awesome around my back bumper pretty much the whole time. So yeah, it was a good fun race.
Yeah, I was just going to touch on that. Zach wasn't going to let you go tonight. Just a few small mistakes that he could definitely have fixed, and I at one point I thought maybe he might just apply that bumper to you and move you up out of the way, but he was definitely there. He's looking fast, and I think you're gonna have some pressure next week.
Yeah, I mean that's the hope anyway. So these guys are putting the effort in for sure, and we'll see how next week goes. But I fully expect them to be even closer. So it's awesome to see the progression of these guys, and I think we got some good competition with it. But yeah, I know I made a few small mistakes, but most of the time, hopefully, I kept those to only costing me a couple tenths here and there, and just try to avoid having anything major that'll lose me a half second or more and bring them into striking distance. So just kind of tried to stay consistent, and we brought her home.
Well, we're going back next week to what has been maybe your thorn in your side, or the at least not your best finish of the year so far. Going back to Lucas Oil, what are you looking to change there?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy the heck out of that track, and usually it can be fast there on single lap pace, but it's especially through the rhythm section there. Finding a passing line through there gets to be difficult, so that's going to be something I'm going to have to work on. But it'll be an entertaining race for sure, and we'll see. Hopefully, everyone can tune in. We'll have a good car count for next week.
Why don't you go ahead and give your shout out to friends, family, and sponsors?
Yeah, I got to thank Willow Mountain Lumber LLC, Race Treads, you guys for, again, putting on an awesome broadcast with Refuse to Lift Media. BGM Racing, In Theory Motorsports, 461 Clifton Racing for supporting this little mini series, and then AMX iRacing for helping support Montana iRacing for putting this whole thing on. So hopefully we can continue to be fast moving forward, and it's been good to see some of these guys hop over to our Tuesday night league as well. So looking forward to next week.
All right. Well, congrats again on the win, and we look forward to seeing you again next week.
Thank you, guys.
Well, before we wrap it up, let's take a look at some unofficial point standings going into next week. Chase is going to maintain his points lead with Jason and Joseph second and third, respectively. Really no change until you go back to Zach Clifton, who managed to move up to positions, which put Braden and Cody down one. So, yeah, the gaps, they're there, but yeah, one bad night can really hurt you. So I think with that, I gotta say, Cody, it's been a blast hanging out with you this evening, calling the action, and I look forward to hanging out with you again next week in Wheatland.
Yes, sir. We'll see you again. Well, actually, we'll see you at Crandon before then, but we'll see you on Tuesday night, Frank.
Absolutely. And again, we invite everyone to come on out Tuesday nights. All the information is on amxiracing.com. Check us out. We'd love to have you tune in as we take the cross cars and the Pro 2 Lights to Crandon. Otherwise, on behalf of AMX, everyone, you all have a good night.